how do I figure out what's wrong? How do I fix this problem of being unhappy? Where do I begin? What do I work on first? How do I make these changes when I feel like the universe is sort of keeping me in the same place? I have zero control over my destiny. It seems like all of these terrible things are happening to me and not for me. You know what I'm saying? And this question is really a pivotal point for anybody who's asking it. If you're out there listening to this video and you're interested in figuring out how to start making those positive changes for your life, figuring out what that trouble area is, diagnosing and getting to the root of that unhappiness, if you're out there asking that, first of all, A+, fantastic. You're at a crossroads right now and you have an opportunity to go in one direction or to stay stuck. Or to maybe, stay on the path that you're headed on currently and just feel frustrated and unsatisfied with your life. And for a large amount of time in my own life, I was that person. I was the individual who felt like I couldn't make positive changes for myself. Like I didn't have the ability to be happy. And like no matter what I did, I was always going to be that girl who was suffering, who had a total life mess, that girl who is a total disaster. That was me. And I'm not there anymore. So I'm giving you guys as much of the tools and resources as I possibly can to help you get out of whatever that rock bottom situation is. I have a 6-week program coming up. I am so super excited about it. It launches on Sunday. Enrollment closes on Sunday. If you haven't checked it out, it's called Brand New Me. It's a 6-week program that takes you through the process of rediscovering your happiness, pulling your life, uprooting it, and completely drastically changing how you make decisions, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your body, and how you take action to create the life you truly deserve. So we're gonna dive into that topic today. I wanna give you guys a little taste of the step-by-step process of making those big, dramatic changes for your happiness. So for those of you who don't know me, I just wanna introduce myself. My name is Lauren Eliz. I'm the founder of whatisperfection.com, and I teach women how to pick up the pieces when they're at that rock bottom state, develop their self-confidence, breathe in that life and happiness that they've been longing for, and start creating the life that they truly deserve. That's my mission, that's my goal, it's my plan, because trust me, I've been there. I've been at that rock bottom. Now, when I was stuck at that feeling of frustration, that feeling of not knowing how to make positive changes, I had a ton of limiting beliefs that were holding me back from creating the life I truly deserved. So I'm going to touch on some of those today in this lecture. If you're watching, get out a pen and paper. This is super important. It really is so informative. It's gonna give you guys exactly what you need to know to start really reflecting on your life and figuring out, well, yes, I know I'm unhappy, but how do I fix it? Right? We go to therapists all the time because we're trying to cope with an unhappiness. But I'm not about that. I'm here to give you the tools and resources to actually start making those changes, right? Those changes you've been longing for so long. So we're gonna start with the real solid foundation of what keeps us stuck, and it's our inability to make decisions. Now, why are we like that? Why are so many of us that type of person who we know we want something, we're hungry to get something, but we don't take that first step? It's like we're standing on a ledge and we're like, I don't know, but what if I fall? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And you don't make any decision. This is a no-no, guys. Being in that stagnant mindset, that inability to make a choice, is a lack of confidence. It's a lack of security. It's a lack of being able to trust your own gut. And if your gut is telling you to do something, I'm telling you, take a leap, take a risk, take a step, take that chance. For real, guys. Every chance I've ever taken in my life, I have never regretted. I have never doubted. I have never looked back and said, oh, I wish I did that differently. No, because it brought me here to where I am today. And if you use these experiences that you're going through right now, these difficult times, to propel you and push you into that amazing, awesome place where you have the life you deserve, where you feel confident, where you're taking action and creating change with the wealth and the abundance and the health that you're longing for in your life, whatever it is, the love is truly possible, all of it. So what I want to talk to you guys today about is our mindset and how to make that shift from feeling like you are unhappy and stuck with zero idea how to fix it to a place where you have a solid strategy for taking action. You recognize what the problem is, you see the issue, and you're pushing away from it with all of your might. How we do that is by changing our belief system. So all of us have these series of really important factors of mindset that affect our ability to make decisions. One of them is our beliefs, and one of them is our rules, and we're going to be talking about those today. Our belief system is basically a brain of lies. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, because sometimes pushing yourself to that place where you don't know for certain what's going to happen, but you're determined to try, it's based on a lie, but you're getting what you want. You don't know if it's there. You're scared to take that step. You don't know for certain that that's the light at the end of the tunnel, but you want something, you think you're going to go get it, and you get it, and boom, it's there. Your mindset has allowed you to reach that goal. It's how people who are overweight lose a shit ton of weight. It's how people who are in financial debt completely rise to the top and become successful. It's because they know in their gut, they have this belief system without a shadow of a doubt that they can succeed, and they're gonna do whatever it takes. We all need that. It's not based on truth, guys. These people who have been from rock bottom, I've been in rock bottom, have uncovered and recovered their whole entire life to transform it into something truly incredible. That happened because of their belief system. Now, if you're stuck and you're in a place where you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling unfulfilled, you're feeling like you can't go after what you want, that expression I used before, life is happening to me and not for me, right? I see so many clients time and time again with these chaotic lives. Like their boyfriend is cheating on them, they're being abused by a loved one, their financial situation is in the toilet, they hate their bodies, they're struggling with their weight. It's like everything at once, right? They feel like they can't fix it. And the reason they can't fix it is because they have this limiting belief that this is what life is supposed to be and I'm just supposed to deal with it. This is what it is, and I can't do anything to change it. And so many people try to cope. I'm not saying everybody does this, but so many people try to cope with the realities of their circumstances rather than saying to themselves, well, you know what? I'm gonna push through this and I'm gonna change my future. Your future is only gonna be the same as your past if you let it. If you look at your past and you say, well, you know what? This is how it was, but it's not how it's gonna be. I have a new belief system that I'm going to completely change my destiny, completely reroute my path of life, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I have that belief and I'm determined to make it happen. Boom, mindset shift. So let's talk about limiting beliefs here for a minute. The difference between a limiting belief and an empowering belief, one of those mindsets that sparks change and creation and growth in our lives and happiness and fulfillment. A limiting belief and a belief that plays to your advantage in life are based on both things. They're based on mindsets, experiences, what we've been through in life. And I use this practice with a lot of my clients and in the brand new Me 6-week course called the tabletop mentality. So if you have a belief right now that's holding you back, let's get clear about why you're unhappy. Do you believe right now that you will never find love? Let's just use that as an example. Is that your tabletop limiting belief? Or that you're not good enough? Or that you won't be successful in your life? Or that you can't achieve some new career that you're longing to create for yourself? Or that you can't be the partner that you think a truly amazing person would deserve, so you're gonna settle? What is that limiting belief? Get clear about it. Take some time to reflect. Write that down, guys. That's your first step, recognizing that limiting belief that's holding you back from what you want. The second step is to figure out what are those legs that are supporting that limited tabletop belief. So you have this belief. It's not something that came out of thin air, right? Like, we are humans of instinct. We're smart people, guys. We don't just start thinking things out of the blue. We believe the sky is blue because we see it's blue. We believe that, gravity exists because when we were little and we fell off a couch, it freaking hurt. We have life experiences that back up our belief system. And so what experiences you've had in your life that are supporting that tabletop belief are going to make it more difficult to destroy it, to recognize that, hey, this is BS, guys. It's not true I can't find love. It's not true I can't be happy. It's not true I can't lose weight. When you have all these life experiences to back up a limiting belief, you got to recognize them. This is what I call the Dickens process. It is an intensive self-discovery part of the 6-week course. But what you do is you recognize that tabletop belief, you figure out what experiences you've had, those legs to back it up, to recognize, well, now I know why I think this. Now I know why I have carried this thought with me for so long. I'll give you an example. When I was going through my unhealthy relationship, right? It wasn't the first unhealthy relationship for me. I'm talking about my last unhealthy relationship. I struggled time and time again with these same relationship patterns over and over again with different men who told me I was worthless, men who told me I wasn't going to be good enough, men who never gave me what I really was looking for, right? So I had all these experiences to back up the fact that, well, Lauren's never going to find love. Lauren's never going to find a partner who treats her right. Lauren is never going to be able to find what she thinks is true love because she's asking for too much, or what she wants doesn't exist, or her expectations are too high. I mean, these were my limiting beliefs, guys. And I had experiences to back them up because I had relationship 1 that did X, Y, and Z to me, relationship 2 that did A, B, and C to me. And I had all of these legs that were like, pronged legs that just had like all of these really destructive life experiences that were forming that unhealthy mindset that I had. And that unhealthy mindset did not serve me. Why? Because I was landing myself in those situations over and over again. I thought I was never going to be able to find the love that I truly deserved, the love that I thought was true love. So I settled for what I thought I was supposed to be settling for. Now, consciously or subconsciously, that's irrelevant, but the truth is it was happening in my life, right? It was over and over and over again because I had that limiting belief. So if you're struggling with your finances, if you're struggling with your weight, a long-term struggle, guys, whatever it is you can't seem to let go of, that time, that amount of time and those years of experiences that you've built up to be the legs of that table need to be recognized. Get clear about them. So you write them out, right? I'm going to show you guys in a demonstration here. Facebook video does everything backwards. So if you're watching this on Facebook Live as opposed to YouTube, you're gonna see it's backwards, I'm sorry. So here's your table, right? Does everybody see my little table? You see it? So your limiting belief is here. It's this big, strong foundation, a nasty thought, a really unhealthy mindset. And then here you have all these little legs. It could be the time where, your boyfriend told you you were worthless as a reason to never be loved and never be good enough. It could be another time where your father was never giving you the love that you truly wanted for in your life. And so you believed that you needed to beg for affection all the time. So you have those table legs. You have this full foundation to support your belief. Now, taking you through the process of really recognizing why all of those limiting beliefs are BS, you need to establish that new solid belief that you want. What is that thing that you need to believe in order to achieve love? If you're the person struggling with an unhealthy relationship, the thing that you'd want to believe to achieve full love is that I deserve unlimited abundance of love and joy in my life that I don't need to beg for. It might sound silly. You might be hearing that and saying right now, well, Lauren, there's no way I can think that. There's no way I can think that. Well, come up with some legs, guys. What are the legs that you can use to support that new belief that you want to have? What are they? The fact that almost every human on this planet is full of love, is made of love, is deserving of love, that should be a leg in and of itself. The fact that at times in your life there are people who truly do love you unconditionally. It may not be a partner, it may be a mother or a father or a sister or a friend or a child, but you've experienced that unconditional love before from other people. You're no stranger to it. You're truly capable of receiving it. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm taking what has become a very snowballed, this crazy mindset of failure and unhappiness and frustration and giving you something new to think about. That determined mindset you want to have for your life, that happiness that you're truly looking for, and coming up with those new fundamentals to support it, those new truths for your life. The minute you make that switch, that's when everything changes. I had a client come to me who was really struggling with changing her life. She felt she had two issues on her hand. The first was that she was so overweight. She had been overweight for years. She couldn't do anything to change it. She felt like she was just the person with the slow metabolism, number one, who had really bad genes, who was never going to have the body she deserved. So she had this big, big limiting belief that was holding her back. The second issue she was struggling with in her life was the fact that she had a really destructive, unhealthy marriage, and she wanted to walk away. She was so determined to walk away. She felt like she knew she had to, but she had a limiting belief that she couldn't do it. Let's get to the root of this hypothetical client here who's not to be named in this video, but I'm telling you, she's now fully recovered, happy and successful and feeling amazing. And what she did was she recognized the fact that she had all of these life experiences to back up those doubtful mindsets. She had struggled with her weight for years, so she had these experiences of being bullied and tarnished and abused from people to lead her to believe that that was her identity. And she had years of going back and forth yo-yo dieting, trying every single diet that she thought would work with having zero success. And she had years of sort of achieving her weight loss goal and then falling back on the bandwagon, a reminder that she'd always be a failure. In terms of her relationships, she had limiting beliefs that she couldn't be single because being single meant that she was not loved. It made her an outcast in her community of friends who were married. Being single meant starting over, and that was something that was shamed in her family for years. Being single meant being financially without security. Because for years when she was younger, she saw her mother, who was divorced, struggle to make ends meet. She had all of these life experiences to back up these really unhealthy mindsets, but her unhealthy mindsets were not true. In fact, they were holding her back from creating a new life that she truly deserved. Taking action, making happiness, forming newfound beliefs was the key to making that happen. So what did she do? She got out a table diagram, she made that new mindset, and she said, I'm going to finally lose the weight I deserve because I know I'm capable of doing it. Why do I know I'm capable of it? Well, because I have achieved X, Y, and Z in my life, and so many people told me I couldn't do that before, and I did those things. I got a job where somebody told me I wasn't going to get a job. I was able to buy this beautiful home for myself when people told me that it was financially impossible. I mean, she had all of these really concrete examples to support the fact that she was a successful person. So why couldn't she succeed at this? So she formed a new belief, and from that new belief, she felt strong. She had the evidence to back it up. She recognized that her previous belief system was not based on truth, it was BS, and she destroyed it and started living a life where she had these new fundamental truths, these new ideas of what she was capable of, what she deserved, and what she wanted in her life. And the same goes for her relationship. So the moral of the story here, guys, in today's video, if you're watching and you're still hanging on to this very long, drawn-out explanation, I hope you've been writing things down with the pen and paper, is that you have the ability to take massive action to change your life. And if you're sitting here saying, well, no, I can't because I don't have the money to do what I want to do, or I have bills to pay, so I can't take that financial risk for my career, your mind is the only thing standing in the way of your success. And in order to start taking action, you may have to do some self-reflection and figure out what about your mindset needs to change in order to create the life you deserve. Not the other way around. You don't create the life you deserve and then suddenly start thinking differently about who you are and what you're worth. You don't prove yourself to yourself. You need to take action. You need to start thinking differently in order to do that. So I hope these tips and tricks helped. If you guys are still hanging on to this video, go to whatisperfection.com/brandnewme with some lines in between, all right? There's a link above. I'll put it after I finish recording this video, but whatisperfection.com, and then courses has a bunch of details on my brand new Me 6-week course. It starts on Sunday, and that's my birthday, and I'm so excited. So if you haven't looked into this program, I really urge you to. It is an amazing, intensive 6-week program. We dive into all these details, getting you to a place where you're taking massive action, creating the life you deserve, and feeling abundantly happy with the person that you are. Sound good? Awesome!